That adds up to 90 degrees. And then
Alright.
is the same exact thing.
We're not going to do
remember
many
what
of
it's called?
these examples together because, like I said before, we've done angle of elevation before. We're just bringing it back to kind of focus more on the inverse piece of this. And remember, I'm not an artist, so these pictures aren't going to be beautiful. But pictures help you see and visualize. I have some ladder up against a vertical wall. The ladder is 30 feet. It reaches a point at 18 feet. And I'm looking for what angle does the bottom of the ladder make with the ground. What trig function would I use to get there, or to find this?
Sine. I don't know why I said
Sine, yes. Opposite over hypotenuse, so I was going to say Jason, but that wouldn't. So because we're looking for theta, really, you could skip this step, you could skip the writing this step, and go straight into the inverse, sine inverse of 18 over 30 equals theta. And then again, your calculator needs to be in degrees when you do that. What is theta? 36.9. Less. And you'll do something similar for 2 or 12. Angle of depression is a little different, really, because of the way you draw your picture. So let's do a couple of those. It's kind of the same, except now, instead of looking up, your line of sight is looking down. The angle of depression, that's why it's down. So in this, really when you draw your triangles, they're going to be upside down. So if the lighthouse is 150 feet above, let's say this is my lighthouse, I'm not going to make it pretty.
Yes. A question. So like, if the angle of depression is like there, then like this angle right here should be the same, right?
Well, because of alternate interior.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for that way.
So yes,
So,
but you would be changing it. You'd be looking for the angle of elevation, not depression. So yes, you could do that, but then you would be looking for the angle of elevation, not depression. So I would just be careful with that. Because one is looking down and one is looking up. Also, that would be assuming that these two lines are parallel. And we don't know that for sure.
Where is that? I thought that was that's how I was last year. I was just like able to touch this part.
Like I said, you can use that, but you're no longer thinking angle of depression when you do that. You're thinking angle of elevation.
So you get the same answer.
Okay, so if your lighthouse is 150 feet above sea level, so anything above sea level is weird anyway, because you're thinking, really, we're above sea level, but we're on the ground, so it's weird. Yes.
okay, that one, okay, so you drew this,
Yeah, I wasn't that interested.
I didn't know what was happening until you draw the boat, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me drive the boat into the sea.
So the boat is below the lighthouse because of the lighthouse being above sea level. Really, all of these you have to think of whatever it is above whatever it's looking down at. The angle of depression here would be 28 degrees. And we're looking at if they were on the same height level, how far away would they be from each other? So you're still using those trig functions. Your picture is just a little weird.
This would be tangent.
Which is a tangent.
She's clever.
So on this one, we're not
It doesn't matter if you get the exact same answer.
So in this one, we
Basically
would
the exact
just
same
solve for
process.
x.
It's supposed to be more confusing than
What is x?
282.1.
Oh, I definitely did cosine when I did mine. Yeah, that's funny. 200 and what?
82.1.
Round to 2 decimal places for sides. Or was that rounded? Okay.
a triangle.
Make sure you're putting units on these. Yes.
So I did something different, but it's simpler.
You did the angle of elevation by switching it.
No. So like, it was like depressed by 28 degrees. So I just like subtracted 28 and 9 to get the other and then find it.
To find the angle of elevation. Yeah. So you can find the angle of elevation and that still works. You just have to know that's you're no longer finding the angle of depression. It's just different. That's all. Do we want to do one more?
Yes.
Okay, pick one.
14.
Okay. Again, I'm not an artist, but I attempted to draw a basic helicopter. That's gonna be my helicopter.
I couldn't even try to draw it.
Make the blades just a little bit bigger.
You forgot the blades on the tail. It's not even a helicopter. And the leg.
And then you need the
Okay,
legs.
so I don't like see helicopters all the time.
Put the legs.
Neither do I.
You guys can draw the legs.
You
It's
just
fine.
2 down and then 1 bar over.
It's fine.
That's a big leg.
You can make it smaller. So it's looking down at the landing pad. My triangles are actually kind of small. So the angle of depression is 34.9 degrees. I'm gonna write that outside because I wrote my triangle too small. If they were at the same level and height, the distance between them would be 1200. And we're looking for the altitude of the helicopter. How high is it from the landing pad?
Here's my concern.
Okay.
I'm scared I'm gonna draw everything wrong. Like, I wouldn't have drawn it. Okay. You know what? Just
Well, angle of depression, draw your triangle upside down.
I didn't know this was part.
Who invited geometry to this?
What trig function are we using?
We are using. Okay, what is that?
Tangent.
Too fast.
So 1200 tangent 34.9 equals x. What is x? Yes.
See, but I didn't understand.
837.13 feet.
Easy.
Okay. I want you to go ahead and do the other angle of elevation and the other 2 angles of depression. And then we'll come back, we'll talk about those and move on to the other 3.
Go ahead, James.
For you to act so mean. You say you wanna go and have fun, but you ain't the only one. If I ring, don't let it ring too long, or I'm Keisha waiting, Aisha waiting, all the issues waiting on me. So why you contemplating, player hating, if this is how it's gonna be? I'm calling on my love list, cause I can't get a hold of you. Since you ain't thinking of me, oh, look what you're making me do. Honey pie fall too fly to be on standby. Send me straight to voicemail. Sugar, what the hell? Oh, you ought to be ashamed playing these childish games. I don't get down like that. Tell me where you at, hit me back. I got Alicia waiting, Aisha waiting, all the issues waiting on me. So why you contemplating, player hating, if this is how it's gonna be? I'm calling on my love list, cause I can't get a hold of you. Since you ain't thinking of me, oh, look what you're making me do. Pick up the phone, 'cause all this loving needs a look at what you started. Now I'm left here broken hearted. There's a pain in my chest I cannot explain. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. Oh, I'm not gonna cry, no, no. Now somebody's gotta come dry these eyes. Dry these eyes.
Hi, you've reached Halle Berry. Sorry I can't get to the phone right now, but if you leave your name and number, I'll get right back to you. Bye. I'm calling on my love list, 'cause I can't get a hold of you. Oh, since you ain't thinking of me, look what you're making me do. Pick up the phone, 'cause all this loving needs a
Never lost. Down. All of us.
Give me a run for my money. There's nobody, no one that'll run me. So give me a run for my money. Spend lovely, feeling lovely, living lovely. Just lovely.
I wanna be with you. Ay, I wanna be with. I wanna be with you. Ay, I wanna be with. I wanna be with you.
Me, just love me.
If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing. Ay, I got something. Hold up, we gon' function. Ay, no assumption. Feeling like Tyson with it. Knock it out twice, I'm with it. Only for the night, I'm kidding. Only for life, yeah, only for life, yeah, only for life, let's get it. Hit that shoulder lean. I know it coming over me. Backstroke overseas. I know what you need. Already on 10, all money come in. All feeling go out, this feeling don't drought, this party won't end. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you
Alright, the answers to these are on the board. 12 was 13.2.
13.9.
I got 66.9.
I got 67.0.
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
I did tan as what she said.
Yeah, 66.97.
It might be in green.
What is the That's super weird.
Yes.
Okay, so
67.0.
I may need to check my other ones just in case.
Miss Thor.
Yes. 15 was 29.3 for X.
I found 60.
Did you get a different answer for that one?
I got 60.69.
For tangent inverse of 32.
Yeah, because I did the same thing, but I put then it says if I thought you were supposed to be 57 over 32.
57 is the horizontal.
Wait, can you show me your graph?
57 is the horizontal.
Oh yeah, I drew my. So yeah, I was right. Logan, you're wrong.
I know I was. I've been done that.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate
We're
it.
gonna make Logan.
For
Don't be mean.
16, did we get 49.5?
Did you draw that?
That one? Yeah. Well, I didn't draw this one. I'll do that one. Did we get 49.5 for 16? Yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh, you should let me draw the picture.
Wait, did we get what? Oh, it's 49.5. Thanks, John. Double check that. This is.
What do you mean? You put 20, literally did. You put like 29 inside of your 2020.
So we should have gotten 49.5.
Yeah.
Because we're all on the same page.
You said what?
Alright, for 17.
What flavor?
Nice, tasty.
Black.
For 17, we're going to start drawing this, and then we'll find it. So let's say this is port A. They're sailing east 55 miles to port B. From port B, they're sailing northwest 110 miles and stop. So these should kind of line up because these are supposed to be right triangles. Now it's asking for the bearing from port B to the current location. So bearing is an angle with direction. The direction is going to be northwest, but to find the angle, we need to do two things. Because really we're looking for this angle to help us with our bearing, but we need to find this one first to find our bearing angle.
Wait, can you
just
say
find
that
the
again?
other one? Because it's alternate interior.
You could, yes. But
Can you just say that?
Can you just do that?
so to find the bearing, we're looking for this angle, but to find this angle, we need to find this one first.
Or you just find that one.
Or you could do that.
Let's just do the easier way.
Yeah, what is
It's an angle with direction.
You also have to find another
No, because that would just be
I can see
opposite
it.
hypotenuse.
You could do that.
Of that.
So, you guys, if you're doing the other triangle, that's fine. I'm going to do this triangle. So using cosine of 55 over 110. I'm sorry, I should be writing x since that's what I wrote. So I need to take the inverse of this to figure out what this is. Can this be simplified? 1/2. Where in cosine's range is cosine equal to 1/2?
Whoa, we're not just plugging it into the calculator.
You could, but
Pi over 3.
pi over 3, which is 60 degrees. Now, but that's not our final answer. If that's 60 degrees, theta is 30 degrees. And when you write bearings, it's a little weird. So in your book, they write it like this. But usually when you write bearings, it's 3 digits, not just 2. But either of those is fine. Jericho.
I just. How did you know you were finding like that?
Really, I had to look. How do we do this problem? Because I wasn't exactly sure, and that's what I found. Yes. Oh, Zach. Sorry, I was pointing to Zach, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just sorry there.
Ask your question.
No, it's okay.
Ask your question.
So we have to like wedge 30 in between N and W. We can't just write 30 northwest.
Right, because if that's how bearings are written.
Wait, how do you
we have to write?
How did you know that you're like, you know where like theta is on that? How did you know like that's what like
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you're
what
finding?
So really, when you're finding bearings, it's some counterclockwise direction from wherever you are. If you look that up and find examples of it, that's what they're doing, finding the counterclockwise angle of it. That's what we found. Yes.
So,
For the, like, how do I know it's north and, is it because it says northwest?
Yes.
And it stopped?
Yes.
So then I know if the number goes between north and.
okay, but what if it was north?
That's a good question. Let's look in the book, because I don't know.
Well, good thing it's not. So
I'm imagining the example would be similar. I don't know.
Well, wouldn't there have to be some type of angle to make the triangle? You can't go,
Well, like what
because
if we
this is
had
going
to
north,
find-
if it's going northwest, it's going this way. It can't be north and go, still keep going this way.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it would have to go in.
So it wouldn't give us a problem like that.
I am assuming, but I don't know for sure.
But like,
You go.
I get what you're saying. I just have
That doesn't make sense.
No, yeah. I just want to make sure.
But it's already set like this.
You type
Just grab.
what do you think?
Ha.
Yeah, so all the examples in the book are southwest, northeast, something that has 2.
okay. And then,
Time you said this
so like, what if like
It is
this
easy.
was X,
No,
and we
this
had
is
to
easy.
find like this thing? Like, how would we have known that it was this one and not like up here?
So from here it said from port B.
Jericho, what I said was easy before was different.
Okay.
So the wording.
This someone invited geometry and I don't know who.
It wasn't me. Jail.
Do we have any other questions on this problem?
So, is there like extra practice for this? Because I don't think 3 questions is gonna be enough.
Cha-cha, bro.
I still don't understand how you knew that we were solving for
So put yes to that, and it says from port B to the current location.
So you just okay, that
So,
makes it a
like-
lot.
like
You just have to remember to find the outside.
Yeah,
So
so you
just-
had to find that angle on the outside.
So you have to remember that there's 2 steps. You have to find the x and then the theta.
Or you just find the other one
Or
and
find
then
the
for
other
the
one.
loop.
Don't
That's one less step you gotta do.
do that one. Yeah,
Do whichever one helps you better.
The other one is less steps.
I will say that these 3 problems are on your study guide. Different numbers, but same setup.
I wonder if we can do this school.
Yes.
When we ask you questions and stuff, when you record this in the
Yeah.
can we?
Yes, I know. Okay.
probably sound like such a.
No, I was in the hospital
I need a
and I was
voice
listening
changer.
to the 29th, the January 29th or the 30th one, and Zoe was like, "Wait, but why do I have to put sign back in?" And I was just laughing because I was like, "To be honest, why?" And then everybody around me was like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, "My classmates are dumb."
We are not dumb. That is unacceptable word to
Hey,
get
at
out.
least we were here. If y'all I have to listen to third period videos because during our videos,
Yeah.
all we hear is I literally hear Jerica every class go like, wait, but. I'm like, oh my god.
I genuinely feel so bad when I ask questions.
The worst thing about me too.
I just want to get through this problem before the bonus. Let's do that.
You're like the off-brand version of third grade.
Okay. They give you some picture. Everything we do is going to be based off of this picture. So right now, we're asked to find some function of this side B. What trig function would we use to find theta?
Tangent.
Well, like what?
No.
Because there's 2 variables.
Yes,
Opposite, adjacent.
tangent.
Yes,
No.
we would use tangent. We haven't found anything. We're just writing a function.
The variable is theta. No, you're finding theta. So you're okay. We're okay.
Now, this wants it as a function of theta, so I need to rewrite this so that it's theta equals the tangent inverse of 10 over d. The second part of this gives you what d is, and you solve it.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
Yeah.
It just gives you
So that's just like. That's just one of the ones we've been doing before, but it's like written out more confusing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why is that necessary?
We didn't.
I don't choose the curriculum, guys. I just teach it.
That's a
Why do we gotta learn?
You're gonna ask something.
No, I was just okay. Except because like I'm not confused. It's just like why?
What did we get for theta?
8.1.
Is that it?
There you
That's
go.
actually it, yes.
See, told you it was easy.
Something's not make this confusing.
She's gonna do that probably like psych.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Pretty much.
Okay. I'm going to help you set this up and then you can solve it. Because we're looking for this data, not the entire angle, we need to, in order to find this angle, we kind of need to subtract this part of it. So it's going to be a 2-part equation.
Subtract from what?
Each other.
So right now, I know that this is 50 feet tall. 50, yeah, feet tall. From this line. So if I was looking for C1 and I'm looking for theta, and I will be given C1 and C2 later. Think of those as your hypotenuses.
Hypotenize.
Sure. So that would be adjacent and hypotenuse, so we're using cosine. So I'm going to write this without the inverse first. But we're subtracting these 2 functions so that we just find one and not both. C1. Now, right now, this is not a function of theta, so we would need to change it so that it does say theta equals cosine inverse of 50 over C1 minus cosine inverse of 50 over C2.
That's 32.
The longer cable is C1. You can put, once you put the numbers in for C1, C2, you can put that whole strand in your calculator all at once. You don't need to do it separately. And what is theta? It just looks more complex because there's two parts.